Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning all. First of all, let's thanks to Allah who has given us mercy and blessing until we can meet in this seminar today. Salawat and salam we give to our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And then allow me to introduce myself. And my name is Suranta. I am from Potensi Utama University. I would like to present my paper. The title of my paper is Identification of Public Sentiment toward COVID-19 issues with Naïve bias, algorithm, and latent semantic indexing LSI. Abstract. The latent semantic indexing method is a method that is implemented in the ear system in finding information based on the overall meaning, conceptual topic or meaning of a document, not just word-to-word meaning. Naïve bias is a classification using probability and statistical method, and the Naïve bias algorithm can be used in the scientific field, one of which a prediction future opportunity based on previous experience. One introduced emotion can be grouped into positive emotion and negative emotion. Human emotion can be categorized into five basic emotions. This is namely love, joy, sadness, and anger. The emotion of love and pleasure are included in positive emotion, and the emotion of sadness, anger, and fear are negative emotions. In analyzing public sentiment, it is necessary to classify an opinion both positive and negative on Twitter. Sentiment analysis or opinion meaning is the process of understanding, extracting, and processing textual data automatically or to obtain sentiment information contained in an opinion sentence. Sentiment analysis will classify the polarity of the text in a sentence or document to find out whether the opinion expressed in the sentence or document is positive or negative. And then to literature review. 2.1 is sentiment analysis. Sentiment analysis or opinion meaning refers to the broad field of natural language processing, linguistic computation, and text meaning which aims to analyze a person's opinions, some sentiment, evaluation, attitude, judgment, and emotion regarding to content topic, product, service, organization, individual, or activity. 2.2 Algorithm Latent Semantic Indexing (LSI). LSI algorithm is a form of retrieval process technique using the vector space model VSM to find relevant information. Mathematical functions in LSI are able to find semantic relationships between words, giving a boundary line hyperline in classifying in order to start between a positive and negative oriented opinion. Margin is the distance from a vector point in a class to the hyperplane, and this is representation of LSI in equation 1. Next, 2.3 algorithm night bias. Night bias is a classification model using probability and statistical methods. Night bias for each decision class will calculate the probability provided the decision class is true, given the object information vector. The naive Bayes algorithm will assume that the object attributes are independent, and this is representation of naive Bayes in equation 2. Next, research methodology. Research methodology process. This research is carried out using three stages of research. Namely, in the first stage, a literature study is carried out which is taken from previous study that already exist, which can produce a research proposal. The second stage is the process of modeling and designing the system by collecting data and how to analyze the data that will be applied to the algorithm used. The third stage is the process of selecting the tool that will be used in implementing the data analysis process and the process of testing the research result. And then data use. Data use. The data retrieval technique uses a crawling technique, which is a facility provided by Twitter in the form of a Twitter API to developers for data retrieval on Twitter social media. The crawling results are 600 tweets with the distribution of training data and testing data, which have the GSY extension. The dataset taken is the community response or comment to the COVID-19 pandemic situation. And then general architecture. General architecture to be able to build this system. Several steps are needed, namely the pre-processing state and case holding state, the conversation state, and the stop word removal state. And then graphic 1, figure 1, image 1, general architecture. Okay, I will explain the graphic image above regarding the process flow from general architecture to input, pre-processing, and feature extraction. Input collection, feed data and public comment about COVID-19 through the crawling technique. The data used consists of two types, namely training data and testing data, and B for pre-processing. Pre-processing step is carried to prepare the next to be more structured. The pre-processing step is divided into several steps. Case folding. Case folding is the step of changing each letter in a word that will be lowercase and uppercase, so that the type of letter that will be processed become uniform and then simply the state. And then tokenization. Tokenization is the state of parsing text in a paragraph, sentence, or page into is called token for letter analysis. The purpose of tokenization is that words in a paragraph, sentences, or page are converted into word units. And then stop removal. Stop word removal is the process of deleting words are included in the list of stop words in the file which are considered to have no effect on the sentence. Example of words that include stop words are which, and, at, from, medium, to, this, by, to, dan etc. And then steaming. Steaming is the process of changing words that contain a fix into basic word by removing the prefix and suffix containing in a word. The goal is to group words derived from a common stem data and basic word. And then the last, feature extraction. Feature extraction is one. The next process is feature extraction by converting words into numbers so that they can be identified. The conversion of word into number is done by weighting with term frequency or VF. The result of this process will be continued by applying chi-square in the form of the statistical method of testing script. Data hypothesis that evaluates the correlation between two variables and determine whether the variables are unrelated or interrelated. And then conclusion. Conclusion in implementation of night bias and LSE, starting from the first step to 5 steps. And step 1, step 2, and step 3, step 4, and step 5. And then last, acknowledgement, the process of identifying public sentiment toward COVID-19 on Twitter is assisted by the feature extraction step, namely PFC to give weight to each word. Result, the performance of the latent semantic indexion algorithm in identifying public sentiment toward COVID-19 on Twitter is quite good. It has the high accuracy of 80.8% and an error of 19.2%. Okay, that's all my presentation today. I'm so sorry if I have mistake. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.